ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, I'm going to be covering a few things, and I'm going to cover, first of all, how did my account get capitalized to the extent that it has. And I'm also going to cover something that I think is important, that everyone should understand very clearly. In their trading journey, they should be aware of a few fundamental things. But basically, of course, September last 2 weeks, very volatile, and the expiry, little bit of a blunder from my side as well. So not so great, but all put together, close September up 1%, and I'll cover that in this video. And secondly, something I want to go over is the kind of comments that I get when I post a loss, right? So there are three kinds fundamentally. The first kind, and I appreciate a lot of this, and in this video, if I sound a little arrogant, I apologize for it. It's not my intention, but invariably you can't please everyone. The first kind is the ones who tell me that it's okay, it's not a problem, you'll bounce back, and they feel bad for me, and I really appreciate it. And it comes from a good place. And sometimes people say you'll bounce back twice as hard tomorrow, you'll make twice the profit tomorrow. And my honest thing to that is, I will not let my previous trades affect my next trade. If I do that, it will make me a bad trader. It will make me lose even more money. So while I appreciate that, I don't particularly think that is, I mean, I just know that it comes from a good place, and probably people saying it also don't mean it in that way. So that's one kind. And then the second kind is where it gets interesting. There's a mix of positive and negative in this. There are people who tell me you should do XYZ differently, you should change your style from this to this. And sometimes it's meant with the most positive of intentions, and I appreciate that. And sometimes it is not. Like sometimes I was told yesterday in one of the comments that if you had done this, you would have returned 5 times on your capital. And I just want you guys to listen to the next sentence very carefully. If I were able to return 5 times on my capital for just 1 week, one trading week, I would be the richest person in the country. Please do the maths on that. Just 5 times on my capital every day for 1 week, I would be the richest person in the country. Now, if that doesn't put into perspective how unrealistic this whole situation is, then I don't know what. So that is the second kind. It's fine. It's a mix of positivity and negativity in there. And then there's the third kind, right? And this is the third kind, which is from people, I don't know, frustrated about what, but they want to spread negativity. And so they tell me about how I have no idea what I'm doing, and how, I must come from a place of privilege because I speak English apparently, and that must mean I must be very privileged. I'm just blowing up my privilege and whatnot. And this video, I think, should more or less answer a lot of those comments. And I will be just going over how my account has performed over a period of time. And next time somebody has something to say like that, I can just give them this link, and that should more or less do the job. So first of all, I am a little bit fatigued. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm not taking any trades as of now. All I have open is my covered call positions against my shares. In case the market starts to slide further from here, then I will probably roll down my calls at some point. But for now, it is perfectly managed, and I will be taking a break at least for a week. I know in that period, many people will tell me about all the opportunities I've missed. I'm very well aware of that. And my thing is, I will not capture every opportunity, nor will I skip every pitfall. It's not going to work out that way. So each of them will nullify each other, and that should be fine. Whenever I'm tired, whenever I'm exhausted, and this isn't particularly to do with profits and losses. It's more that if you're not in your best state of mind, don't be trading. You're going to start to build an aversion against it. You're going to have all kinds of emotional engagement. It's best not to do that. So for those of you who've been following me since like midway last year, when I started being active on the Nifty BN group, or YouTube started from Jan, you know that I was initially trading 2 accounts. The first of which is this VA0824. And the other is JB6812. It's there in my initial videos as well. These were the 2 accounts that I was trading. I'm going to go over how those 2 accounts performed last year, including March for that matter. I do not have my access to my ICICI Direct account anymore because I closed that account. And so I don't have the reports from 2017 and 18. But this is of whatever, this is what I have, and this is what I'm putting out, right? So basically, this particular account in futures and options from last year till now has performed in this particular manner. And for equity, this will show as unrealized because I've used CDSL next to transfer my shares from this account to another account. I'll go over that. Equity, it will show as unrealized profit, but basically when I transferred my account from one account to another, these shares got added at that day's price. 16th April price is what is added to a different account. You can see that if you go to any range, it will show exactly the same. You go to any range of time, the P&L will be more or less the same. And you go ahead as well, there won't be any trades in this account because I stopped trading this account after April, right? So this is one account. The second account I was trading was this, which is JB6817. You will find these accounts in my videos from Jan. Once again, F&O, realized, unrealized as of April, and equity, realized, unrealized, right? Now, once I switched everything to this particular account, which those who are following me relatively new would have only seen this account. I will go over that. So in April, around April 16th is when this account, I got all of my stuff transferred. And you can see I've had steady payouts in this. I've taken out about 30 lakhs in this period for taxes, for other purposes. This is my quarterly settlement where I transferred back money, right? And the reports on this account, right? Equity shows unrealized because I have not booked. And if you see, all the buy dates will be exactly the same. So if you see for majority of my holding, and you can see that there is a tag here that shows when and how these shares have come, right? So on different dates, they have been transferred. Same here. You can see that these were transferred on this particular date to the account. So on 20th of April, on 12th of April, transferring into this account at whatever is the price on those particular days. So for majority of my holding, all the buy average price will be the price on 16th of April, right? And this is my unrealized gain as of now on these shares. And in futures and options, it's the beginning of this account. This is the profit and loss. Now you can do the simple math on what has been my gain from equity and what has been my gain from futures on options from an account which in March of last year was at around 1.7 crore. My account now is at about 5 crore, and this is looking at without looking at taxes that have to be paid and the money that I've pulled out and whatnot. And this is a summary of what my account has been. Now I want to go back to the whole addressing the losses part. Everybody makes losses. Loss is part of the game is something that people have now started saying a lot, but don't really comprehend it completely. I think a big problem for this is the kind of expectations that are set by certain people on social media, where they post these huge profits once in a while and they never post their losses. Or when they post their losses, they post a small loss saying that small loss. And when they make profits, they say market is kind and whatnot, and they post. You might be trading short term by trading intraday, but your performance is not measured on a daily basis. Your performance is measured over time. And I think if you're following anyone who's giving you this feeling that, oh my God, he's doing so well, why am I not able to do as well as him? I think you should stop following them, because trading is a very personal thing. It is what you do. It is at the end of the day, nobody, what anybody else does will affect you. What looks amazing from the outside, people who go overboard to project such a good image about themselves, are probably people with some major insecurities, and then they feel the need to do that. There's nothing else that's being achieved. Secondly, scale is something that is not easily applied to intraday trading. Like for example, yesterday I placed an order at 55.60, and by the time the order is done executing, it's executing at 77. Now, just imagine what kind of slippage I've caused myself. At one point of scale in intraday, you will bleed simply because your size is so large that your move will move the market. You will move the market against you, as in when you're trying to do something. So it's not as, so when somebody says, look, I generated 10% this month, 20% this month, the base also matters, especially when you're talking about intraday, because you're getting in and out in a lot of large positions in the same day. It is not the same thing. So with scale, you can't expect the same returns. I just ask you to take a look at how when I was trading slightly smaller in intraday and I had more positional exposure back in November, December, Jan, it is very different to how I am trading now. And that's because I've understood over a period of time that I cannot trade. If I want to continue trading intraday, I cannot trade the way I used to previously. And there would be days where I would capture 30, 40, 50 points. My average points captured just in the month of December and Jan would be something like 20 points per day, 25 points per day. That is unthinkable for me right now, simply because it is at a larger scale. It is not, you won't be able to execute it, right? And I think the example itself is yesterday's trade. If you go over exactly why I ended up booking a 2%, slightly above 2% loss yesterday, it's because all of that literally came from slippage. So it happens. And yeah, apart from that, look, when Ravi spoke to me last year about starting to get into content space, I knew that there would be obviously social media is a place for criticism. You put yourself out there, you will get criticism, and I think I've done an all right job of dealing with that and not letting it affect my trading at any point. If I did, then I would not be on social media, to be quite frank. And but at the same time, I am a little bit fatigued. I am a little bit tired, simply because this has been a non-stop trading year so far, and I'm just a little exhausted. And I think taking a break will give me a little more perspective. Will give me, I'll come back fresh, and that'll put me in a altogether much better mindset. So that's what I'm going for right now. The break might be for a week, might be 2 weeks, but in this period, I will not be looking at the markets, nor will I be following what actually happens. In case at the end of the day I see that some of my covered call positions are bleeding, or there's a big down move, then I'll probably roll down my calls, or otherwise roll up my calls in case I have to manage them into an up move. It doesn't seem to be the case, all said and done. So I wish you a great trading week ahead. First, a great weekend and a week ahead. I will catch you once I'm back. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you at the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, something that I almost missed. So for the month of September, so a couple of big hits yesterday, this 11.8, and before that, a couple of big stop losses of 5.6 and 4.7. But all that said and done, finally closed up, about 1%. And obviously charges will work out very high because an entire month of trading, and then almost like not too much to show for it, but at least not a negative month. And considering that I had these couple of back-to-back hits followed by this and a pretty crappy expiry, so this one expiry completely vanishes, makes the whole month look really bad. But it's okay. It's all part and parcel of the game, and that's what we just covered. So thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you at the next one.
Thank you for watching. Please post any questions you have in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. To find us on Twitter, Telegram and Facebook, use the username NiftyBN. Also, we post some of our trades to the community tab. So do not forget to check that from time to time.